If you weren't impressed by the Galaxy S25, the iPhone SE4 might be the device to reignite your excitement. Rumors are heating up about Apple's upcoming entry-level smartphone and the next iteration of the iPad lineup. While nothing is confirmed just yet, leaks and whispers are painting an intriguing picture of what Apple has in store. Recently, a private social media account shared details about the rumored iPhone SE4, the entry-level iPad, and their potential release timelines. With Samsung having just announced the Galaxy S25, the tech landscape is getting more competitive, and the iPhone SE4 is shaping up to be a strong contender. Now let's dive into what we know so far. Earlier this week, Apple released an RC update for iOS, signaling that iOS 18.3 is nearing its public release. According to this anonymous account, the iPhone SE4 and the upcoming iPads could be launched sooner than expected. If these claims are accurate, we might be seeing these devices hit shelves in the coming months. The iPhone SE4 has been generating buzz for a while, and the leaks suggest some exciting updates. First, there's talk of a significant design refresh. Rumor has it that Apple could bring the dynamic island feature to the SE lineup for the first time, offering a more modern and interactive experience. This would be a huge leap from the current SE design, which still relies on the older home button layout. Performance-wise, the iPhone SE4 could be powered by the same A18 chip that is expected to run the upcoming iPhone 16. This flagship-level chip would make the SE4 an absolute powerhouse at a fraction of the price. What's more, the device might support Apple Intelligence, Apple's advanced AI capabilities, giving users access to cutting-edge features that were previously limited to premium models. The camera is also rumored to receive a significant upgrade, possibly featuring a 48-megapixel sensor. With all these upgrades, the iPhone SE4 could be a game-changer in its category. And the best part? It might come with a starting price of just $499. At that price, it could compete not only with mid-range phones like the upcoming Galaxy A56 and Pixel 9a, but even with some entry-level flagship devices, including the iPhone 16. As for the software, the account claims that the iPhone SE4 will come pre-installed with iOS 18.3, build 22D8062. This detail, along with references to specific iPadOS builds, suggests that Apple is preparing these devices for shipment. While an exact launch date remains uncertain, early spring seems like a realistic timeframe based on Apple's usual release patterns. Now let's talk about the iPads. The entry-level iPad, which is also part of the rumor mill, may not see major design changes. However, it's expected to get a performance boost with the inclusion of either the A17 Pro or A18 chip. Meanwhile, the iPads are shaping up to be solid upgrades as well, especially the iPad Air with its rumored M3 chip and improved display. These devices may not steal the spotlight like the SE4, but they're still worth keeping an eye on for anyone in the market for a new tablet. So whether you're a fan of Apple's ecosystem or just curious about what's coming next, the iPhone SE4 and the new iPads are shaping up to be exciting releases. Stay tuned for more updates as we keep an eye on the latest leaks and announcements. If these rumors hold true, 2025 is already looking like a great year for tech enthusiasts. Compare them side by side. Design. Starting with the design, both phones have distinct looks that reflect their brand identities. The iPhone 16 Pro Max stays true to Apple's iconic rectangular shape with flat sides and soft corners. This year, it features an even slimmer bezel, allowing for a larger 6.9-inch display. Samsung's Galaxy S24 Ultra, on the other hand, keeps its sleek, curved edges and integrates the ever-popular S Pen, a feature unique to Samsung's Ultra series. Size-wise, the differences are minimal. The iPhone 16 Pro Max measures 163mm at 77.6mm, while the Galaxy S24 Ultra is slightly shorter, but a bit wider at 162.3mm x 79mm. That extra width allows room for the S Pen, which gives Samsung an edge in productivity. Apple, however, introduces something new this year, the camera control button, a capacitive touch key that allows for zooming and other camera controls with a swipe. When it comes to color options, Apple sticks with its sophisticated muted tones, white, black, natural, and the new Desert Titanium. Samsung goes for more variety with options like Titanium Violet and Yellow. And for those ordering through Samsung's website, you get access to exclusive colors like Titanium Blue and Green. Display. Now, onto the display. Both phones deliver top-tier screen technology. The iPhone 16 Pro Max boasts a 6.9-inch OLED display with a buttery smooth 120Hz refresh rate. As with the iPhone 15 Pro series, you also get the always-on display feature, which lowers the refresh rate to just 1 Hz when the phone is idle. Samsung's Galaxy S24 Ultra isn't far behind with its stunning 6.8-inch AMOLED display that also supports 120Hz refresh rates and an always-on feature. One advantage Samsung brings is an anti-reflective coating, making outdoor visibility much easier in bright sunlight, something the iPhone lacks. Both displays are breathtakingly vibrant, but there are subtle differences in color. The iPhone 16 Pro Max tends to lean towards warmer yellowish tones, while the Galaxy S24 Ultra has a cooler, more tealish hue. A standout feature for the iPhone 16 Pro Max is its ability to drop its brightness to just 1 nit for easier nighttime viewing, great for late-night scrolling. Performance. Now let's talk about what's under the hood. The iPhone 16 Pro Max is powered by Apple's latest A18 Pro chip, built on a second-generation 3nm process. This makes it incredibly efficient, with significant improvements in heat dissipation and sustained performance compared to its predecessor, the A17 Pro chip. Samsung's Galaxy S24 Ultra is no slouch either. It runs on the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chip, custom-tuned for Galaxy devices. While the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 performs well, especially in gaming and graphics-intensive tasks, it tends to throttle a bit sooner than Apple's A18 Pro under extreme stress. In benchmark tests, the iPhone 16 Pro Max leads in CPU performance, while the Galaxy S24 Ultra takes the edge in 3D graphics, scoring slightly higher in peak performance. However, Apple's new chip excels in long-term sustained performance, so if you're planning on pushing your phone to its limits, the iPhone may have a slight edge. Camera next. Let's discuss one of the most critical aspects of any flagship phone, the cameras. The iPhone 16 Pro Max features a 48-megapixel main sensor paired with a new 48-megapixel ultra-wide sensor and a 12-megapixel telephoto lens with 5x optical zoom. Apple has also introduced a new lens coating to minimize lens flare, addressing a common complaint in previous models. On the flip side, Samsung's Galaxy S24 Ultra brings its camera game with a 200-megapixel main camera, a 50-megapixel zoom lens, a 10-megapixel telephoto camera with 3x zoom, and a 12-megapixel ultra-wide sensor. Samsung has packed in more megapixels, but remember, megapixels aren't everything. The iPhone tends to produce more natural-looking photos, whereas the Galaxy S24 Ultra sometimes leans into oversaturation, delivering more vibrant images. In low-light photography, both phones perform exceptionally well, but Samsung's larger sensor can capture more detail in some scenarios. For video, the iPhone takes the crown with its 4K recording at 120 frames per second, ideal for capturing stunning slow-motion footage. While Samsung's camera app offers tons of customization, Apple's new camera control button provides a more intuitive experience for videographers. Battery life and charging. In terms of battery life, the iPhone 16 Pro Max packs a 4,685 mAh battery, while the Galaxy S24 Ultra edges it out with a 5,000 mAh battery. Both phones are more than capable of lasting through a day of heavy use, but Samsung's slightly larger battery may give it a slight advantage. When it comes to charging, Samsung takes the lead. The Galaxy S24 Ultra supports 45-watt wired charging compared to the iPhone's 20-watt charging speed. Samsung also has reverse wireless charging, which allows you to charge other devices like earbuds on the back of your phone, something Apple's iPhone 16 Pro Max doesn't offer. Software. Lastly, let's compare software. Both iOS and One UI are polished, mature operating systems, but they offer different user experiences. The iPhone 16 Pro Max is a fantastic choice. But if you're looking for more customization options, better charging speeds, and love the idea of an S Pen, Galaxy S24 Ultra might be the perfect phone for you. Ultimately, both of these phones are top-tier devices with a ton to offer. Whichever one you choose, you're getting a powerful, feature-packed smartphone that will keep you ahead of the curve in 2024.